still watching? Oh man, you guys are hardcore. So I put the door in, obviously. So I didn't want the door in the middle. I wanted it as far off to the side because I might put a utility box here or something right there that gives me some room, maybe hot water heater or electric, whatever. So I haven't gotten that far. This is all, I'm just doing this by the cuff. So interesting story about the doors. I got another video coming real quick. You'll love it. It has to do with those IG units, those double doors, the IG units. But this door here, so what I wanted to do was, since I got to the room up here, I wanted to do a 96-inch door. So I go down to Builder Surplus down in Houston. That's where I buy a lot of they got some good deals. This door here at the box stores, this is just a 3680 6 panel, I guess they call it. And this door at the box stores is about $350, $400. I can't believe how much doors are costing. I remember you go to the store and you get them like $50 or $75. I guess it's been a while since I bought a door. And anyway, this was $175. So it is what it is. I wanted to get a fancy one with the blinds inside of it. They wanted $300 for it, for the ones that have a window and a blind. And then the ones that are 96-inch talls, those are like $600, $700, $800. This door here is just going to be a utility door, mud door, come and go out the back door, track all your dirt in here, not in the rest of the house. But anyway, so hey, I got a great idea. If you know what I did with the window here, I'm just about ready to finish it up. I ran inch and a half angle iron, and really inch and a half angle iron is not, it's too small. You need something a little bigger, because at least the vinyl windows, my vinyl windows are 3 inches thick, so that kind of, it's hard to screw it in, but we'll see. I'm gonna figure it out in a few minutes. So what I did was really cool, was I was thinking to myself, how am I going to attach the door to the corrugated siding? I thought, well, inch and a half is angle iron is not big enough, and 2 is not big enough. I thought, so I went down to the metal store and I said, how do you guys attach a wooden frame? Again, a lot of you guys out there that are building these containers, you love the wood, the wood combination with stick with metal. The welding is easy. In fact, I don't know if you saw it just a minute ago. I got a new fancy welder. Oh, that thing works like a champ. Anyway, it was worth the money, every dollar of it. I ain't got a roll away, so I don't have to use my dryer anymore as a roll away. But anyway, what was I talking about? Anyway, so what I use, I went to the metal market and I said, hey, how do you bring the wood to the metal and the metal to the wood? I got a door, a 36-inch door, and he says, well, just use the purlin receivers. I said, wow, that's a great idea. So as you saw in the time lapse, I cut some 45s and took some purlin receivers. It's exactly, they're like 4 inches, right? And the door is 4 inches, so it works out perfect. So we'll see. So in a few minutes, I'm gonna go and cut it out with my handy dandy plasma cutter, and then we'll mount that thing, and I'll show you how it's done. Hey, come out and see you. This was quite the task, I'll tell you. Well, I can mark another check off my list, on my bucket list of things that I needed to do and wanted to do on this shipping container, the back door. All right, so I guess the next project is what? Is to build a deck here, about a 3-foot deck. Good luck with that one. That'll be a while away. I'll build some kind of, you know, something to step out on and some stairs to go down. So that'll be a, hey, I hear another video coming. This stupid thing was pretty aggravating. Let me go where the sun's not in my face. One of the big aggravations was I really like the purlins, using those. But the big problem is up here on top, welding all that, because you don't want the stupid thing to leak, right? So that was an all-day job to weld down the side of this, both sides, and along the top there. That was a drag. It really was. I mean, it was fun. I mean, I'm enjoying myself, but it was quite the job. So I go and spend all this time. Here's the part that's really frustrating and aggravating. You spend all this time squaring up the edges and making sure everything's plumb with the door, and you got enough room to, you know, put it in and everything. And all of a sudden you get something like this. Can you see that? What do you see? There is a gap. There is a distance between the edge of the container to the door. And so there's nothing over here. You think to yourself, well, Randy, you didn't do a very good job putting in the install. No. See? Look how square the door is. See, the door is nice and square all the way up and around. And so when I installed this door, you can probably see it in the time lapse. I put this edge right against this edge. And I put that edge, if you look up on top there, you'll see that edge is right up on that purling. And the same with this side here. The edge of the doors and the edge of the purling. The edge of the doors, the purling. And I'm like, okay, everything's good. So when you can see the extra holes right here where I had to reset it. When I shut the door the first time, I had this big old 1/2-inch gap right up here because this was sitting in, and so it was causing it to be out of square. And so I said, what the heck is going on here? So apparently, and this is the biggest problem with working, this is the challenge when we're working containers. The bottoms are not always the same as the tops as far as the wall goes. The walls are never square. They bow out and they do funny things. They warp and they get banged up and they're never square. And I had the same problem with the window over here. If you look at the window, you'll see that this end of it is sticking more out this way than this side. And that's because this wall is warped. You know, it's been banged around and, you know, stuff has fallen inside the container when it was on the ocean, you know, banging around. And so this side of the wall is pushed out and not square or plumb. And so, and the same thing happened, you know, here. You know, you got, for some reason, it's just not plumb. And so it was really aggravating. And of course, the guys that milled these things didn't do a very good job milling them. So I had problems doing but the door shuts. Yeah, there you go, shuts and latches. So I'm happy with that. It's all sealed up. Well, it's not sealed yet, I got to seal it up. So there she blows. So that's the end of this video. I hope this was helpful, and whatnot. So stay safe. Thanks for joining my journey on this build.